Hey everybody, I want to show you how to set up your system so that programs like Adobe Audition can record from the system itself. By default, in Windows 7, you cannot record directly into Adobe Audition if it's a system sound, like if it's coming from a web page or something like that. So what you need to do is go into your sound settings. So we'll just open our control panel here and go into our recording devices. So I'm running Windows 7 on a 64-bit. And so down here you'll see that we have a stereo mixer in the recording settings. And so what you need to do, by default on this system anyways, it's not set to enabled at all. It's completely disabled. So I'm going to right click on it and click enable. Once I do that, I need to then select it once it's enabled, go into the properties, and I just want to check the levels because by default, I know originally when I tried this the levels were turned down, so I needed to turn them up, otherwise it's going to record at a reduced volume. Now if that's your desired effect, then fine. But I turned it all the way up to 100% and it seems to work best. Okay, once you do that, you apply your settings and all that stuff. So now we have it enabled and it'll be able to detect and the system sounds will play through it. So next we need to open up Adobe Audition. I have version 3 on here, and we need to set it so that it will actually be able to capture that particular sound. So what I'm going to do next is go in. Now that it's open, I'm going to go into the audio hardware setup, and you'll find that as you see on the edit menu. And you can do this in the edit view, the multi-track, or even the surround encoder tab. But we'll just stick to the edit view now. We'll keep it simple for this. And what you're going to have to do is go into the control panel here, and once you're into it, you'll see that now it shows up in your direct sound inputs. You'll have to enable the stereo mix, sorry. So my card is a Realtek, obviously. And so once it's enabled, then we just click OK. And now, down in our default inputs, we should be able to see our stereo mixer here. So you see the, I do believe the number 2 here, the S is for stereo, is my guess on this. It's not that I'm any expert on this type thing. I just do some small things in this particular program. So I'm going to select the stereo mix here and click on OK. So then, once I do that, it should be set to go so that the input should be recorded from the system into there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new track, or a new single file actually. We'll set it to 48 for the sample rate, and the stereo, and 16-bit for now will do fine for this particular sample. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to record, and then I have a web page ready to go, as you'll see in a moment, where we'll see if this works okay. And so I'm going to turn down the volume on my speakers just so that when we hit record, the microphone I'm using here doesn't pick it back up. Okay, so I'll hit record here, and obviously it's recording, and you can see it's not bringing in much, so we'll bring up our web page and we'll hit play, and we'll come back to our program, and here we go. I'm not hearing anything on my speakers right now, but you can see that it's coming in, and we're getting our sample rate in here. So we'll just stop this for now, and I'll turn up the speakers just a little bit, and we'll try a playback. I'll set the cursor to start there, and we'll turn the speakers up a little bit. Oops. Well, let's first of all stop this. Okay, here you can go in Adobe Audition. You can see that it's playing back just fine. So that's it. That's all we have to do in order to set up the sound so we can record from the system. There you have it. Have a good one.